We'll get into some final Oklahoma LSU keys and predictions and look at a little bit of the SEC slate coming up this weekend. Coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. I'll be live after the game on Saturday night to break down everything that happens in Oklahoma and LSU. Jay will be at the game, so go shout out Jay. Let him know that you're there. Get a high five, get a fist bump, get a Boomer Sooner out of Jay. That'll be good times. So let's talk about the SEC weekend coming up, because I think there's potential for more chaos this weekend. Texas goes to Texas A&M for the Lone Star Showdown is what they're calling it. South Carolina, Clemson. You've got Auburn, Alabama. You got what else?
Honestly, Arkansas, Missouri.
Yeah,
that's
Georgia
Tech. Yeah, Georgia Tech. Arkansas,
Tennessee,
Missouri.
Vanderbilt. Tennessee, Vanderbilt. I'm like sleeper game that could have some Week 13 vibes to it.
That one, I think that one and Arkansas, Missouri are two of the most interesting ones this weekend for me. Even with having the Egg Bowl, which is going to be Friday night, tonight, which disappoints me. I was really hoping that we would be recapping it here this morning, but no, we didn't get that love or support from the SEC. They moved it to Friday night.
Frankie.
We could have outdone the NFL. NFL games have been boo-boo this week. All through Thanksgiving. So
why are we getting excited about Dallas, New York on a Thanksgiving day?
Why are we getting excited about Green Bay playing the Dolphins at night? Like this, what? Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would have loved to have Egg Bowl action, but I'll have Egg Bowl action tomorrow afternoon. Well, this afternoon at 2:30. You'll have Georgia Tech at night at 6:30. But yeah. Honestly, that Tennessee Vanderbilt is going to be intriguing. Tennessee's 11-point favorite, so it feels like that one's pretty high, and I think Tennessee rolls with it. South Carolina, Clemson, that's got some implications. That's got some big implications. South Carolina can be the spoiler and get themselves in a position where they could potentially sneak into the playoffs.
I mean, it's crazy how many 3-loss teams have a case. But South Carolina has just as good a case as an Alabama does. And it's wild. I don't think any 3-loss team should be in the playoff. And I know that that's going to rub the pro SEC people the wrong way, but I'm not pro SEC. I'm pro Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But to me, if you have a 3-loss team in a playoff,
when you go to 12 teams, we got 12 teams. It makes sense because you're going to get more teams that should actually lose games. Now, that's unless you decide to give everybody cupcake schedules where they don't play anybody, and boom, of course, you're dealing with people with very easy paths to it. But no, it appears that there's going to be a chance. There's going to be a 3-losser. I think Alabama's not going to be one of them, but I do think South Carolina could jump up there and take that from them if they beat Clemson. They beat Clemson, they're going to take it. It's going to be tough, mainly because we destroyed Alabama at home. South Carolina came to our house and destroyed us. So there's a lot of, commonality, but South Carolina lost to Alabama this year. So it's going to be a lot of controversy when it comes to that portion of it. Bama's got to win the Iron Bowl first, though, so we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. But, John, this Arkansas-Missouri one, Missouri's only a 3-point favorite right now in FanDuel. What's up with that? Does that not sound low to you?
Arkansas is a weird team. They just have that ability to explode offensively. When Taylor Green is on, dude, he's really good when he's on. When he's off, he's okay. But if he has a good game, which I think he can, Missouri's defense isn't like this lights out unit that can just shut down everybody. I think there's potential that they can make that really, really interesting because I think Arkansas is a pretty solid team. Are they great? No, but they gave a lot of teams fits this year, and I think they could go do that again against Missouri. So let's get our final thoughts here on OU LSU, and then we'll talk predictions. So Jay, just your overall feel for this game. How do you feel like Oklahoma is going to perform?
In this game, I do think that Oklahoma keeps it a lot closer than expected. 5.5 point Dogs on the road is a lot lower than I would have anticipated. That means that we will be like a 1-point favorite at home, roughly, or more so a pick 'em if they were to come to Norman. I don't feel like they're putting enough respect on us at the crib, but I digress. I think we can go out there and muscle them and win this game. It feels like LSU has been reeling. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They won their last one, which helps. But they did lose 3 games in a row. And it just did. That Vanderbilt game still looked a little sketchy. They were able to get it together. But I don't think Vanderbilt's defense is anywhere near as good as ours. If we go out there and we play some defense and then we, take advantage and take some deep shots on passes, we can get ourselves a big play because LSU gives up some big plays. We get a couple big plays and we just outrun the defense. I mean, heck, J.J. Hester runs a 4-4. Launch that thing up there just like you did against Auburn. Let him go get underneath it and score that touchdown. But you do that and you continue to run the ball and burn that clock with Xavier Robinson and Jovantae Barnes, it's a good chance we can win this game. What you think?
Yeah, if they're expecting to load the box, I think play action, deep ball to J.J. Hester on the first play of the game, just to say, hey, we're going to throw it if you load the box. Yep. I'm all about that life. Man, I have a really hard time with this one. My heart wants to sit there and say Oklahoma, they're going to go into Baton Rouge and win this one. They're going to be able to run the ball just like they did last week against Alabama. I like the way the offensive line is trending in this one. I think they're putting together, week after week, really good ball. And LSU, I don't think is as strong a defense as Alabama's is. But man, they're going into the Tigers' den, Death Valley, Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. It's a tough place to play. Can they keep that same level of communication, that same level of consistency on the road in a big-time hostile environment? That's the part where I kind of pull back my expectations and I pull back my enthusiasm for Oklahoma's offense. I think the defense will do a good job. If they can limit the explosives in the passing game, I think they'll be able to keep it close. But can Oklahoma play another clean game offensively where they're not turning the ball over in their end? That's the part that I have hesitation about. So as I look at this game, I know a lot of folks are going to look at me as a hater, but I lean toward LSU in a close one, something like 24-20, because I'm not ready to fully trust Jackson Arnold not to turn the ball over.
Yeah. You've seen this movie before.
If he can go out there and he can play a clean game and not do that, not turn the ball over in his end of the field, or if we don't have a bad muff on a punt return, something like that gives LSU a short field, then Oklahoma can absolutely go win this ball game. Like, this is not an unwinnable game for them.
Yeah.
Given everything we've seen out of this team through 11 games, I have a hard time in my mind picking them to win it. So I'm looking at LSU 24-20 in this one. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, the fact that we turned the ball over against Ole Miss as well as Missouri, but we did not turn the ball over against Auburn on the road. That to me is like, yeah, that's going to be the key thing. If we don't turn the ball over in this game, or if we just minimize our turnovers and make sure that if you're minimizing the area in which you turn the ball over, like Taylor Tatum's fumble last week, it didn't kill you because it was in their end of the field. Right. It's an enemy territory. You want to do that. And then, of course, we can get another Kip 6. That would be awesome. I doubt it. But Danny Stutzman, like you said, is due one. So he needs to go jump some routes and take a ball back for the touchdown for this season. But for me, like I said, minimize the turnovers, get in a good rhythm of passing, and throw us some touchdowns. Jackson Arnold. I'm thinking the exact same score. I'm thinking 24-20, but I think it's Oklahoma on the winning end this time around. Honestly, I think our defense can hold them to 10 points. I think we have that capability. And the question is can our offense score enough points to do that? Because LSU scoring-wise, they're really good. Even in losses. I mean, they lost to Alabama and still scored 13 points. Our goal is going to have to keep them under that. If we can keep them under 20 points, I think we can score 21 points at least and win the game. But I say 24-20, Oklahoma.
You know who's also due for a big play? Peyton Bowen.
Yeah, he is. You haven't seen one yet.
My man is due for a big play. And I don't know why. It just feels like maybe this is the week. I don't know.
Billy Bowman too. I think Billy needs to get himself another pick and actually return one for an interception for a touchdown. He hasn't done that this season, which has been kind of wild.
Yeah. So anyway, let us know what you think is going to happen in this game, what your prediction is for OU at LSU, who you think is going to be the big time playmaker, the key to the game, and who steps up, who has a breakout performance against the Tigers on Saturday. And again, I will be here breaking it all down. Y'all can yell at me when I'm wrong in the comment section. Listen, I get it. I'm a homer at heart too, and I want to pick them. I really, really do. But it's burned me all year. So here we are. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts for free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button and that notification bell over there to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Check out his channel, Unfair Sports, as well on YouTube. Follow me at John 9 Williams. You can read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. Boomer.
Sooner.